At 27 years old, Tracy Claeys first started working with Gerry. That was in Division II. He made $3,000. This August is the first August he hasn't worked with him since then. Kill is out of coaching, and Claeys is in at Minnesota. How's he liking it? Let's find out.
Pleased to be joined now by the head coach of the Gophers, Tracy Claeys. This is your first preseason as the head coach. So what's been your biggest adjustment to your new role?
Now you're in the position, you got to make those decisions, make sure that all the T's are crossed, I's are dotted for all the different situations. But, the thing of we've got some young kids that we're counting on, and you got to get them game ready. At the same time, you got to keep them healthy. And how many times you put them in positions of the high intensity, trying to get them game ready without, losing them to injury. So that's really the main thing to sit and talk about. And me being a coordinator, I'm always going to err on the side of, of safety, is that I always want my best players on game day. And as a head football coach, I'm no different. And so if we're a little bit less because we didn't take as many full speed reps in practice, as long as we got everybody healthy on game day, that's how I try to err.
You think the offense is where you'd like it to be? I know you can always work to get better. Sure. But from installing everything, have you see what you like?
I really have. The one thing again is that I think we have to catch the ball a little bit better, at times. But today we really did. The kids right now that we're depending on, I thought did a good job catching the football today. And I think the mentality's changing up front. I think we're playing more physical. I think the run game has improved a lot. Rodney has taken most of the snaps with Shannon's injury, and I think he's done a great job. He runs physical, he runs close to the ground, and so I'm really happy with where we're at. For this first time working rain too, and I thought we took care of the ball. Our operation was good. We didn't have any delayed games in there, and so I'm pleased with where we're at, and I think we're on pace to be ready to play. And whether we are or not,
it's coming.
It's coming, and the kids are going to be ready to play. I don't know if coaches are ever ready to play.
Coach, the defense looked really aggressive today in your scrimmage. Is that something that's going to carry forward, or is that just because of some of the situations you wanted to put them through today?
I think that's what it'll carry forward to. Jay is and the guys in the room have done a great job in there. Is that I wanted I think it's important. We've got a lot of linebacker types, and I think it's important that you put the best guys on the field to do things, and we need to create some more pressure, and we need to do some things. And so our defensive guys done a great job, and Jay, in the offseason of finding ways to do that, but you still got to be sound against the run. And so I think they've done a great job, and I'm excited to watch our defensive kids play with the adjustments we've made.
You mentioned Jay being Jay Savell, who is unfortunately not here. He had a death in the family, and our condolences to his family. You coordinated the defense here for years. What's the balancing act been for you? How much time have you spent in that defensive room and game planning with him, and how much have you stepped away from it?
Up to this point, I've let them do all the game planning. I've wanted to be out of there, let them do it before a scrimmage like today. And then I sat in with them afterwards and watch it. And my best day was 2 days ago. I spent 2.5 hours in the film room with them on the defense, going through the last scrimmage and my thoughts of where, hey, I think we need a little better leverage on this play and on this call, and I had a great time. But Jay's awfully thorough, and I've always said that our secondary's played well because it comes game day. Those kids are prepared. They know what they're going to see. They're prepared to play well, and that's carried over to him being a coordinator. And so it's been fun for me. It's been exciting, and him as his father passing away, and he's at the funeral today, and he's been tremendous with a lot of things on his mind, and so he'll be back Monday, and I know when he is that he'll be full go, and I know our kids will be prepared to play, and I think you'll continue to see them playing as aggressive as they did today. We need to, and then we need offensively to step up, and like I said, I think we finished 103rd last year, 105th. And we just need to get up into the middle of the pack and maintain our defensive consistency, or be just a little bit better, and we'll make huge strides in the conference. I believe that.
What's the strength of the defense?
The strength of the defense really would be the defensive line with the kids we have at D-tackle by Adam Merrick, here at the junior college, and Steve Richardson's healthy, and Scott Ekpe's healthy, and so in the middle now we keep rolling 300-pounders in there, and guys who have played, and so now it's just getting the people around them, the speed around them, And then it's our weaknesses. You know, we have two of them. They're obvious. And the ones in the offensive line, when it comes to backup players, we have to continue to build some depth there. Our first group's done a tremendous job. And then in the secondaries, we get young in a hurry. You know, I think that Jalen Myrick will have a great year. I think Keontae Harden will have a great year. But after that, we're going down to kids who haven't played before at the corner spot. And so those are the two places we need to stay healthy.
So being so young in the secondary, does it change what you can do back there, especially early in the year?
Yeah, it could. It very well could. You know, it's one of those things of, as I told Jay, is that right now we're trying to find out what they do best. And the hardest thing about college football is you don't get to preseason games to really find out against other people what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are. It all starts on day one. So, but you need to be ready for the conference. I didn't like the early open date. You know, we play 2 games and have an open date. But with how young we are and some of the things we've went through, I'm not sure it's not a blessing to give us 2 games and figure out what we got, and then we get to make any adjustments with our younger kids we can and move on.
You know, the linebackers are also asked to cover a lot of space with the guys playing man-to-man on the back end, and if you're going to be pressuring the quarterback. So how they've been, really getting adjusted to all the space that they're going to have to cover as well.
You know, they've really done pretty good. Jack's a long kid who runs pretty well, and so, they all, John Celestine can run, or Celestine, sorry about that, is that he can run. And so the space, that hasn't been the issue. Now you still come up to, I don't care who you are at linebackers, you come against those taller tight ends that can run, and that's stress for everybody. And so, I don't, that's the biggest challenge. Are we going to be able to cover the tight ends that stretches at the linebacker spot? Because I'd rather cover them with linebackers than DBs. And so that's where you tell how we're going to hold up in the passing game.
Head coach of the Gophers, Tracy Claeys. Thanks a lot, Coach.
Hey, thanks for coming.